Are we
No,
just
I
gonna
don't
stare at
believe it.
each other?
I don't believe it. No, because I've seen this before. It takes 10 seconds for it to even show up on LinkedIn. Seriously,
LinkedIn is special for sure.
it is.
Yeah, for
Look,
sure, for sure.
I
Alright.
broke I broke the weatherman rule again. Like this ain't my first live stream. Look at me with the green string. Look, you can see
Well,
my look.
actually, that's actually kinda cool though, then now it feels like you're very much oh, what is that? The Predator, right?
Wow. Okay, so now we can figure out how old you are. You keep saying shit like that.
Okay, what year did this album come out, peoples? What
Dude.
year okay, even better, what year did this band break up, okay? Maybe that should tell you a little bit more about, my age.
Yeah, well, you sound like you're, gonna get on the Oregon Trail wagon in a little bit. You keep on the more you
Uh,
talk, the older you
we
sound.
we created the, Oregon Trail, okay? Us kids in the '80s, heck yeah, we did. Yeah, we
Dude, Number
did.
Muncher.
And I
Oh,
died of dysentery like a billion times over, kid. You can't tell me how to die. I will show you how I died.
you can get it on your app store. It is just as bad on the new app than it is,
Oh,
when
is
you
it?
were
Oh,
in middle school with that awful hot room that was, had 50 heaters in it or yeah. So,
that that is
alright, what do
delicious.
we today today, right? I got to mess with you. You were on a live stream, what, 350 hours today? What was that
I
about?
did.
Who was that?
It was on like honestly, so Dale Rodriguez and I decided to just have a Joe Rogan moment on live stream, and we just
Uh,
powered through and just had some fun. Not powered through. We just meandered and had some fun and didn't care. Like if for people that want to join in, they can listen to that point in time. But we had a lot of fun tidbits. We talked about Star Wars, Star Trek, networking, the value of cybersecurity. We talked about data center technologies, cloud cloud solutions for fintech. I mean, we ran all the gambit. A lot of stuff that we all had in common, which is fun. And barbecue. How could I possibly forget barbecue?
yeah.
Oh, and our love for
You
bourbon. I mean, apple juice. Our love for apple
a
juice.
hard apple juice. Yes, ma'am. That's because I said, "Hey, that's not tea." I know it's not tea in there. It's Kentucky tea.
It's Kentucky tea.
Um, oh, wow. So, let me
Do you want
see.
to just get
Do we
the
have a
do you want to just
graphic?
get this rolling, my friend? Because this is going to be a show. Or do you
Sure,
want to
go ahead.
like
Let's get the shovel out. Let's get it going.
let's go because I feel like you're already verklempt and we don't need you there, baby. We don't like. Let's just get you moving. Yes,
Let's
no
go.
TP yet. All right, let's roll you.
Are you looking to grow your business and your mindset alongside a fun and awesome pack? Grab a chair and your favorite beverage and join Mike Ashebrainer, the business mechanic, and his win-win network for the Hounds of Business Happy Hour.
Alright. I'm just
Welcome.
gonna
We
take
start.
long I'm gonna take long, awkward
Oh,
pauses. Now
geez.
look, so
Is your laptop slow again? Is your bandwidth slow again?
that is this is slow again. This processor is the problem. The laptop's fine, man. So I got to give a shout out because I promised them hugs and shout outs. Look, we got. I know. I just like to say it early. Uh, Trevor Van Warden. All right, he's here in the house. I thought I saw Mark Reed, man. It's what like 12 o'clock where he's at, man. It's somewhere. And Kenny D, Ken Dunner. Um, I started crying to Kenny, I said, "Where you been, Ken?" And he's like, "I didn't get the notification." And I'm like, "Oh, wow." So that's why I didn't send out any invites because I figured that might be kind of messing things up. So I didn't send out one invite. All my favorites are here early. So Bobby Lee, Dr. Constance Leyland, all you guys, man, it's so good to see you. Gail. Oh, wow. Look, everybody's here. So you had fun today, all right? But I had more fun taking pictures because I went to do something like work wise and, what about it? I went to do something work-wise, come back, and I thought it was on replay, but you and, it's funny, Dale, I thought it was Doyle, dude. I need new glasses. I kept saying Doyle, like, old Doyle rules, and I'm like, "Oh, his name's Dale." He just spelled it different, put a Y in it. So anyway, um, that was fun. And so you missed me, right? You got the picture?
Oh, geez. Okay, how much do I miss you? Which one? Are you going out of order of us, our live stream? Okay, we're doing this.
We didn't even have that on there. It was supposed to be under playful banter. Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay. Oh, I didn't realize. Well, okay, I guess so.
it's okay.
Talk
You
to
had a
me.
long, hard time, man. We got so yeah, so there it is. I'm still here because I love you, see ya. And look at the face. It's funny because I don't think you saw it, but the faces you made on these were great. He thought it was hilarious. Um, I couldn't believe there was still a handful of people listening 3 hours later, dude. That was something else. So anyway, uh,
Oh no, there's
everybody
more.
knows I love you.
Yeah, no. Apparently you do love me because look at this. And yet again, you capture the most attractive face, like screen capture of my face. So thank you. Clearly, you love me.
That was on purpose because I actually took like several of these, and you asked me why I didn't take a screenshot. That's why, because I wanted to make sure I got this, like that shit on the daggum picture. But there is one in there. Did I get another one? Show me the other one. I think I had three, right?
I'm so sorry. Hold on. He said, "Dadgummit, everyone, take a sip."
Not you. You've been sipping since his show
Hey,
started. But
hey, no judgment.
no, I'm not judging. Look who's talking. Oh yeah, then Miss Raquel, Raquel, roll the R,
Raquel.
Raquel. She tried to. She felt left out. She needed a hug. She needy baby. So, we missed Raquel, we missed her. Um, but it's funny because her show, right, she was other people took her show over, and, I had to say it. I said, how's it feel when your show does better without your ass being on it? Because now you know how I feel."
We
Yeah.
did not do better without her. Stop it, you.
I
Stop it,
handed my
you.
stuff over, and my stuff went up 30 viewers. I'm like, that's good and sad at the same time, but she did. She held in the same number, but I was just teasing her because she kicks my butt now, so what I got
Now, I think always. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, 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 no.
yeah,
You know how it is. You know what
now.
it is. It's this. I said this. I actually sang this earlier. Make new friends, but keep the old. One is silver and the other gold. So if it's an opportunity to bring them together, that's even better.
That's very Dr. Seuss of you. Alright, so oh, man, I'm so punched goofy today. This is good because I have, everybody knows our special guest, um, and I love this topic. I can talk about this topic forever, but before we get into it, Trevor Van Warden, I always hesitated his name. I don't know why I messed it up. It's easy, Warden, like warden, prison, right? Warden. So, um,
Okay.
it's not that
Yeah.
hard.
If you want
Yeah.
to do that association, it's cool. It's cool. But let's talk about us being hot unleashed in the he's a.
Yeah, this is cool. Yeah, lots of great people. Some people I know, don't know, but everybody I've met, I say most people, are awesome. And this is what it's about. This is why Donald Cohen and CJ, and the surprise person is here today. I love it, man. Trevor has he's worked hard. He and I have been working at this probably about the same time. And, it makes it look easy. It's not easy. This is very, very hard work. You're putting a lot of people together, you're coordinating a show. But then you have a community full of people with strong, dominant personalities and leadership, right? And everybody's got their own thing. That's not easy. That's not easy to navigate 5, much less 50, 500, whatever. So I really appreciate uh Trevor reaching out, right? Being smart, doing due diligence. He showcased some hounds and reciprocity. Trevor knows how to play ping pong. That makes me happy. At least with me. I mean, I don't know, but Aaron, he rolls with Aaron. We see Nicole and Lachelle. He actually reached out and we talked about some people. So I just love this, man. People who collaborate, test people out. Um, yeah, they're leading. They're leading the pack because all too often there's too much divisiveness, right? Too much territorial machismo. Everybody wants to come out, beat on their chest, and just start fighting in the street or the virtual street. And I just love that people are doing real things, building it up and sharing across the board. That's true leadership to me. So Trevor, man, appreciate that class act. All the folks here. I know Calvin Lawrence. That's a friend, a connection of Jody's, and of course our two all stars there, Nicole, who you can't really call her new. You can't call. She's new-ish, but she's already like a top hounds leader, man. She is just crushing it. So absolutely. Y'all go see him. It's 8 a.m. Okay, Pacific time. It's 11 o'clock. See, I got enough fingers for the math here. So it's 11 o'clock Eastern, right? Look, you drank too much tea to do math. All right, it's right.
Oh shoot, sorry. I was reading all the comments that Trevor was saying that I look great and you look like Roblox. Sorry, I got distracted. Not
Yeah,
sorry.
I probably need a new camera. Probably. I've noticed that the
Wait,
last few times, and
wait
I
a
have no
second. Wait
idea
a
why.
second. Wait a second. Hold up. Hold
Uh,
up. Hold up. Are you implying, young man, that it's just the camera is why you look like Roblox?
um,
Not because I don't know. Maybe that I'm just so gorgeous. You just are getting upstaged.
you try to say I'm born looking like Roblox? Is that what you said? You better watch it.
Look,
I
Mister.
will come back. I will come
Oh,
back to Dallas.
oh no! Please don't come back to Dallas.
Oh yeah, I'm
I,
gonna
I
come
I
back to
think you
Dallas.
damn near killed me, Mike. Your energy level, guys. If anyone wants to know Mike's energy level, he is
Ah,
literally. And by the way, Constance, thank you for earlier. Dale is from the UK and he's in London, and we were doing our exchanges of how to say phrases in each other's accents. So, Mike, we thought we could do a Kentuckian accent, sir, and we failed miserably. Just so you know.
yeah, no, nobody listen to y'all. Y'all are mean. Um, so what else do we got on the agenda? We have I don't know, whatever you want to put up there. It's just we got the new Hounds, Jamie, and we got our girls promo.
Yeah.
So I
So
wanted because I wanted
why don't we actually let's promote our girl Raki
hey,
Raccoon.
it's Rocky's connection corner, right?
Well, yeah, I get girl, did you decide to rebrand that? Because now we're gonna have to make a new graphic. We'll talk about it later. But guys, every Saturday,
Okay.
it does vary on the times, largely because the guests and it's a Saturday show, guys. So we are a little bit more laid back, a little bit less structured, but it's all about connections. And anyone that knows anything about Raquel Flores, and she's going to be chatting with us in a second here. But guys, definitely check it out. It's all about intentional connections, much more, I would say, leaning towards our humanity and our ability to really connect and like and collaborate with one another. So, if you're looking for that kind of connection a little bit deeper, because we have the luxury for Saturdays, join us. It's on LinkedIn or on YouTube Saturdays. This week on the 20th, we'll be at 10 a.m. And I'll let Raki go into further detail. Mike, any thoughts on that?
Oh, it's good. I love what she's doing, man. She has the unboxing and unveiling thing is brilliant, dude. I mean, people are loving it, and it's all good stuff. It's not garbage, you know. I'm like it's all stuff people can use or need, and I think that's the point. The point is we know who you are, we like who you are. We're motivated by your story and all the things and the things you're going through now. And then you also have a valuable product. What the hell else is there? It's two halves of a circle, right? And I love how she throws that out there. I know it's kind of a random note on on her show, but I love it. I love and people. It's so much fun. Um, it reminds me of watching old school Oprah or something. I know it sounds crazy, but like I don't ever feel on a Saturday like God, when is this going to be over? And I think that's
Right.
the big factor. I'm like, wow, this I can't believe it's already 2 or something. Like it's wow, it's cool. So, and the audience, that's what I was wanting to get back to the basics of our show here at the Hounds. I want the audience members, the people in the comments, man, this makes it happen. There's people do business because they keep chatting on our shows and it builds familiarity. Is that a word?
Familiarity, yes, is a word.
That's a weird word. All right. So yeah, it builds that stuff. And that's the point where we get to know each other. Like, are you going to buy some rando's book or are you going to buy somebody who goes to bat for you every day? Right. Who shows up familiar with.
Can I
Yeah.
speaking of which, do
Yeah.
you mind if I do an unveiling real quick, sir?
You see the accidental skill of me doing that was
Do
like,
you like that? Boom, boom, boom. Look what I
oh,
got.
yes,
So
ma'am.
so as we're talking about, the hounds, I actually was talking to someone else and they're kind of like, well, what is up with the hounds? Are you guys like a pod? I'm just gonna say it right now. Nothing irks me more than that term pod because pod to me connotes nothing more than like and subscribe to my comments, right? Like there's more to I think the hounds, and that's why I'm so aggressive about that kind of assumption. So the thing about this is of course there's a lot of authors in our mix, right? So this is Gail Sigalakis's book.
Hey,
And when you are actually truly supporting each other, it's not a pod anymore, it's a community. And when I mean community, I'm not messing around with community. And my phone's really loud. Sorry about that. Um, and the whole thing about community is you have a desire to raise all, all ships rise with the tide. Or in my context, what I like to say is it's the Care Bear, stare, and our bright beams of light superpower combined into one greater, bigger, brighter light, right? Because I do strongly, firmly believe if you have the best interest of the community at heart and at play, sure, you guys, yes, we comment on each other's posts and whatnot, because that is part of a little bit of the game to play a little bit on the LinkedIn. However, it's not for the purpose of the LinkedIn. It is the purpose of, hey, our secondary and tertiary relationships are watching. They're wondering why us as amazing people are congregating, connecting, laughing. It is why our community is so strong because we take our 3 a.m. phone calls. We're the ones that will text each other saying, I'm having a really, really bad day. Or, hey, I'm going through a massive life change. Or B, hey, I had a deal fall through. Or C, I had a deal go through, right? That to me is a community and
Right.
relationship. And we do that. We do that wholeheartedly. And that's why I feel extraordinarily strong when people wonder what the hell is the Hounds. And then someone said the other day, why is your pod so special? I almost drop kicked them. And that point, I'm sorry, hold on. I need a little bit of Kentucky tea.
Yeah. Why is your pod so special? That's almost as good as the guys who say, "Hey, your website sucks. Can I help you?" When they in a message. I love it. They're like, "Hey, you're kind of a not a pretty chick, but I don't want to go home alone." Like, yeah, it's one of those comments. So keep going. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was having a Sia rant moment, and it just irks me because I love
Sorry.
seeing that this whole tonight's discussion is about networking for purpose and networking in your net worth, if you will, right? Developing a community of people that, you know what, maybe you do not have primary reason to do business, but if you actually like each other, you're going to recommend each other. And that's where that secondary and tertiary relationships that I was telling you about, that matters. So Mike, I mean, I know we did a
Yeah.
loose, like real loose numbers of the business exchange. What's that number?
Uh, the best conservative, and it's got to be, I'm maybe a fourth of the way through this. It's got to be $500,000, and we're not that big as far as like active and things. Um, we've held and maintained a core group of around 50. Um,
Mhm.
even though we got a lot to come in and out and go, but the core group, I mean, in the last 6 to 8 months, maybe it
Yeah.
hasn't been that much. And so we had a couple shows, a couple live streams. Now, well, we had like 16 of them or some crap today, and there's only 24 hours a day, so you're gonna it's presented new problems, but it's a better problem. You're never going to solve life's problems. The only thing you could do is to hope and work for better problems. See, Warren Buffett has money problems, and I have money problems. He has better money problems. I'm trying to make more, and he's trying to pay less in taxes. See, that's how this works. So I love what you're saying. Uh, we're not a traditional pod. In fact, we're not anything that's been defined before. I mean, I thought that was kind of a conceited thing to say, but we are honestly creating something special, and that's what you're going to see with the panelists today. Uh, I think it was locked in here, but until somebody like me, who's all passion, no clue, and don't mind looking stupid, just does something one day, and then here we are. Like and then
Y
now the brilliance is that I have all these brilliant people making it something. Like they're all using their skills and talents to make this. They own it. It's not me. I'm just the leader. If you're like
Mhm.
a wolf pack, most things out there I've saw are like a hyenas, right? A wolf pack is different. And if I take advantage of and act like a dork, I'll be removed.
Well,
So
you are a dork,
I
so we love you unconditionally, sir.
well, bigger dork, a selfish dork. So again, it's basically redneck Camelot. I just wanted to make friends. I got tired of sales pitching because I sucked at it, and here we are. Um, all boats rise. I mean, we got Randy House of Pain, paper plates, fine china. I mean, come on, dude. This is great. And I want to see it go more, and that's why I'm super excited about our panelists. But before we get there, let's call out because I'm still in Trevor Van Warden.
I
His
know, we still have to do that
yeah.
one. Well, we did do it. We did do the Trevor, but I do wanna do one last thing on
No,
why
no.
we're different, though.
Jamie.
Yeah,
Go
we
ahead.
wanna do Jamie, but if I'm just
Go ahead.
wanna do one if you don't mind, because I know we're running a little bit long, so guess I apologize. Give us another minute because I got riled up, and I just have to. share why, again, we're not a pod. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. Just roll with me on this. I created a calendar events, master calendar events for our community. It went from being no one doing events to everyone's doing it. So if you actually highlight, I've actually gone through and I have listed people's events over the course of the month, and it's all listed up there. You can go to my website and you'll see the calendar on the homepage, or just simply click on events and we just list it all up and out. Okay. I do this out of the goodness out of my heart because I care about everyone and their ability to grow. So if it's one of those things where, we know, like, and trust each other and you're a good person, I'll promote you. I don't have a skin in the game. Yeah, I produce live streams on my own, but none of these people, like, well, no, some of you, but not everyone is my production or pays me. I'm just doing it because I want you to do better. I want everyone to grow together. So that's my rant. So I'm just gonna roll with that.
Oh, and that's a fun thing we're gonna be unveiling much, much more. Paul Deach, man, welcome. And let's go ahead. I've got a couple things, but we can do those at the end. Just the Hounds call out, and okay, never mind. Uh, Jamie, uh, Ra- Rashbrook, good lord, she's even got a little thing where I can listen to it, but it didn't help me because I'm a monkey in a camel hat. Yeah, she's special, man. She's former military, Air Force, wonderful story, big heart, lots of life challenges, and just kind of floating around LinkedIn land, right? Trying to figure things out and do like we all are. And that's the point of this. That's why I pulled the trigger, 9 months ago or whenever we did this, so we can round up people like this. Um, that's what it's about, and she is so happy already. Just been a few days, people loved on her, and she feels like she belongs. She sees different opportunities, different people to chat with. That's what it's about. I don't make people do anything. I don't tell. These are grown ass people. Here's what I do. I create an environment that the right people can thrive in. Right. That's it. That's it. Walk softly, carry a big stick. Um, if we have trouble, we talk about it. You know, that's it. It's grown-ups. It's grown-ups having, and we wanna be available to all people. So Harvey Tuck is here, man. It's all let's get this show going.
Awesome. Well,
I'm
hey,
excited.
Jamie Reichberg, thank you for your service, and everyone else that's out there that served, thank you for your service, even whether it's in your country or your other country. This country was made for you and me. I don't know. I'm really just enjoying
Yeah,
my tea right now.
yeah, she is a great lady. Go check her out, follow her. And speaking of great people with better hat game, Donald Cohen, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great. Thanks so much for having me today. I'm really enjoying the conversations on the side panel here and recognizing so many of these wonderful people that I don't know how they keep up. I know Paul. I don't know what he does because everywhere I go, he's already there. And it's just great to see communities being built for the communities, not just for the people at the front end of the stage.
Yeah, hey, powerful statement. Powerful statement. And again, I'm not knocking anyone, and I know daggum sure you're not either. I'm just making a declaration of who we are, what we value, and what we do. And we're getting more intentional with that. And so let me say this about dadgummit. Take a sip. Donald, I saw you probably maybe 6 months ago. I don't know when it was. I saw your hat. I thought maybe you were going to do some gardening or something. So I stopped and watched it. And guess what? I heard you say a couple things that I was like, that's the realest, truest shit I've ever heard. I like this guy because you were saying things that were just basically, hey, if you're going to go at this solo and organic, you better be willing to spend some hours, right? Following and doing stuff. It's not going to be easy, uh, but it's going to be worth it. And the more you talk, the more I was like, wow, this guy, there are some people that have the same, methodology when it comes to community building, LinkedIn growth, those kind of things. Because honestly, what separates me, and it's not that I try to recreate the wheel, Donald. And I want we'll bring CJ, but what got to me was I wanted to know. I, I I didn't want to focus on just impressions and things like that. They're important. But what I noticed is that people like me, right, financial services and different sectors, we're going to have a trouble or an apprehension to doing that all day. Well, there's got to be a secondary result. Why am I doing this with the post and impressions if it's not going to translate into partnerships, primary client, secondary client? So it was really difficult. And I just decided, hey, there's a lot of great stuff already out there. What if I repurpose that, put my own twang on it, right? And see how it works. And that's what you did. You just charged through. So I'm gonna bring CJ because she's got to teach like the world in 5 minutes. So let's bring CJ. Dr. Constance, what do you want to be called? You got 50
I
names. Like,
like that. I'm like, hey, this is really super micro learning. Let's go. You guys are funny. I love having
well,
Donald because I learned so much from our conversation this morning, actually, and who he is and what he has done and being a true entrepreneur at heart. And I love that very much. And thank you so much for your time, by the way, because time is non-refundable. You can't get it back. So it's like, I didn't like CJ's conversation. Too bad, Donald. We just had it this morning. So yeah, thank you so much for doing that with me this morning. I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you, because I received at least as much or more. And the beauty of these types of open-ended LinkedIn Lives is it's really quality food for thought. So you get the immediate in the moment benefit, but then later on you start realizing, hey, I didn't think of it that way, and that's I think the key to community is everybody helping everybody a little every day. The knowledge share, and the wealth is what's in every person in the group. And the more they can express it, the more everybody benefits from it. So I'm all for the community side of things.
hey, let me interject a little bit. First of all, CJ has more names than Apollo Creed did. All right, what was it? Apollo when they kept on the King of Sting, the Master of Disaster. Hey, anybody in the comments, what did what do you call CJ? Because there's got to be like 17 different names for her already. Um, so we picked on CJ, but I love her to death. The way I met CJ was real simple. Raquel said, "Hey, there's this lady over here, and I think she's awesome. Why don't you go check out her Zoom?" And guess what I did? I checked out her Zoom because Raquel said so. I didn't have to go investigate and see how many followers she had. I didn't care. Right. So I went there. I saw what was impressive to me is not only is she academic, right, with doctor and all this stuff, but I've never seen one in my land actually do stuff, like do a lot of stuff. Like she must have 50 hours a day, man. Or, but she practiced what she preached. And she's over here pushing up a student, and when that student, I mean, I brought the hounds in. You know how I do. I'm like, I'm calling in the hounds, right? Like real subtle, right? But who cares? If you have a handful of people, then all of a sudden you got 20 more people. You're happy, right? That's it. That's the point. Yeah. So, and that little student, man, she had a smile like Garfield, ear to ear. And then guess what? That caught Constance because she's a good person, and that's what good people pick up on. And she called me 20 minutes later, and here we are. And she is instrumental to her mind works in ways mine doesn't. So, like, that's what I need to make bigger things happen. And speaking of Miss Raquel, you got your makeup on? You feeling good? How are you?
You're
You got-
so mean. Oh my
We're gonna
gosh.
get up.
Like, y'all,
Great job.
seriously. I was like, these last 4 days have been rather treacherous. I forgot how international travel is, but needless to say, I'm so happy to be back, y'all. I'm so happy to be here and with my people. So thank you.
Now we missed you, and wow, I won't get into your business, but just like Sia was saying, man, the stuff you went through and you go through and you keep going through it. I mean, it really is an honor to be your friend and be with you because um, sometimes I cry at night too, right? So it's fun. CJ's like, really? Yeah, sometimes. Don't tell nobody though. So it's just really fun to be around and push people up because these kind of things can really wreck somebody for weeks and months and years. And most of the time, let's get real. Most of the time, we're not going to say, "Oh, hey, I got to take a mental health day," right? Because X, Y, and Z, or my kids got hurt, or something stupid happened. Because that will translate to some people, or we think it will. Oh, they're weak. I can't rely on them, so I don't do business with them. And part of the side benefits of the Hounds and the Friends of the Hounds and communities like Trevor's and Donald's and CJ, well, and all of y'all, is that we don't have to hide that. We shouldn't hide that. Look, I'm a human being. I'm a man's man. I fight fire. I'm an expert marksman, right? I don't have nothing to prove. Like if I get sad, I should say, hey, I have a problem. And when doing that, other people go, well, maybe it's not a sissy thing. No, it's not a sissy thing to do. Seeking help to be better. Oh, and that's the kind of things that are emerging out of this group. That's part of the non, that's the subjective kind of side benefit. But I'm telling you, man, it is so much fun. So Raquel, so glad you're here. No, your show did not do better without you. I was just being a little donkey here, but it did about
No,
the
but
same, which shows that, and you put people on there to push them up, right? I just love it, man. It's just man, it's
and
like Michael Gale,
I
just Care Bear.
wanted I wanted to take a moment to definitely say thank you to Sia, to Nicole, and to Dr. CJ. Thank you so much for leading the way that day. As you know, it's this show is definitely Rocky's Connection Corner, and I did rebrand my ma'am without your
You got to.
permission. But hey, you know what? We it was created for y'all, for the audience, for individuals, just to uplift one another and to see that the show goes on without me being there. It was just so heartwarming, and it gave me faith that even on the days when I'm not there, that the legacy will continue. And the same thing you can do with whatever message you're trying to impart on the world. So know that this community will uplift you, will support you, and will back you up days after you're gone. So thank you so much, Sia. Thank you so much, ladies, for keeping it going. It moved me to tears, and I appreciate you
We
guys.
got your back. We got your back. But
Yeah,
you know how it
something
is.
like it.
Sia's like,
All
what
right.
do you guys want to talk about? Oh, whatever. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I have an idea. We just structured it, and Nicole did it, and we rolled with it. It was really fun. Being in your show, but it's not in our name. And Nicole's like, dude, I'm in the hot seat. And Sia's like, you're fine. And we're talking about inappropriate things. I'm like, guys, we're live. Like, this conversation, we're live. Like, it was really hilarious, though. I had a good time. That was really good community. And that type of community is why I love about that, right? It's because we can be ourselves and we can really do funky things. And it's like, who cares? We're human. We're not perfect. We're not robots. We're doubling down on human relationship. This is it. All right.
Actually, Constance, I think we're leveling up. Level up, level up, level up.
Yeah, that's
Look,
right.
look at the superhero glasses she got going on.
Yeah.
I
Right.
love
I
this.
couldn't find my other glasses. I have 4, but this is the only one I had available.
I love those.
So-
Sorry, Mike. I almost
No,
went on the
both
girl, I like her glasses conversation, but we won't go down that.
Look at both of the men. They're like, oh gosh, what you get into? They're like this.
They're like, oh, we're gonna go down that path. Okay.
No, I just with CJ, because she has to go teach in a little while, and I don't want to, I want to make sure we get her out and spotlight her. But yeah, you did a great job. And by the way, am I the only one in the audience? If you have some questions for CJ or Donald, or just pop them out there. This is not scripted. I'm so tired of scripted. I act like I was CNN in the last 10 shows, and I'm like, no, that's not what people want to watch. They don't want to watch a redneck CNN. They want to watch this, right? So on that note, I have never really heard level up until I met you. And now it seems like everywhere I go, it's level up, level up, level up, level up. And you've been doing this because you have, correct me if I'm wrong, 2 million podcasts. And by the way, so how many podcasts? You have a lot of podcast viewers or listeners, right? Like you got a bunch of stuff going.
I'm like, which one are you talking to? Are you talking to me or talking to Donald?
I'm talking to you, CJ, because you got it wrong.
Okay. I was like, who are we talking about? Yeah. So I'm looking at all the distribution channels and all of the listeners and all, because I like to look at stats once in a while. I don't care for numbers, but I do love numbers, and that's why the challenge for you all is to get the Penguin and Antarctica to listen, so I can claim 7 continents. Most podcasters, by the way, are only in 6 continents. There's nobody in Antarctica, and so if you guys are going to Antarctica, I'll give you maybe Dom Perignon. I don't know. Maybe if you go to Antarctica, I'll send that sippy. Okay? Just listen to it so I can sue 7 continents. But I think what helps is when I got into LA Weekly as the top 10 podcast to listen to, that really boosted, I think, my subscribers. It went really high. It went from like, I don't know, 60,000 to like 20 something million. It was crazy in like 2 months. But that's why I'm very careful on what they added value conversation that they listen to, because I really do want to provide value when you're listening, when you're doing your laundry. Like, aha, I didn't think about that before. And that's what Donald said, right? It's like learning from everyone who's doing it. Like all 5 of us here, superpower right here. This is like a powerhouse, right here, right? We have our own thing. I think I might have the lowest following out of all of you, by the way, on LinkedIn. And I love my followers. It's okay if I have 500 because they're active and they make me feel good. That's all I count. And that movement of level up is really my claim, is to level up the world. And I truly mean that. Whatever you're doing right now, please do. Like, I want to highlight, I don't know if Olu is still here, but he's in Lagos, Nigeria. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning his time. And he has 4 kids with a 2-year-old, okay?
Wow.
And he's here because he feels the vibration of positivity. So thank you. I want to call that out.
Is that Alua
Wow.
Sei?
See ya, just Mr. O. He wants to just be called Mr. O.
And Rutan.
Hey,
Yes.
I can handle that. Thank you, Mr. O. Man, I'm so glad to see you here. And real quick, 2K. You had a 2K. I didn't care that you had 2K. Here's what I cared about. Raquel said, "Go check you out." I did. I saw 5 minutes of what I needed to see. I saw all of it, and then we had a conversation, and then I found it. Dude, you don't think there's CEOs out here or very successful entrepreneurs who have 50 connections? You got to start looking at the big picture. And by the way, we have a collective over 700K. So, I could go try to get 700K, or I can just go get a whole bunch of people that can collectively be 700K, a million followers, and have my cake and eat it too. So, again, I'm not knocking others. I'm saying there's more than one way, right? Um, and that's what we're all about. I mean, dude, I love it. So you have a project. All right, CJ, you have a new thing with Nicole. I saw it. I watched it. I even commented, so I wasn't bull stuff, and I took pictures too. Yeah, because and I tell people, I said, look, they say, I can't make your show, Mike. I said, then turn it on and put it in your purse for hell's sake. Like, just listen to it when you're going grocery shop. I don't care, right? So what is your because I hope I can make it. If I don't make it, I'm gonna be petty. I'm gonna cut you off. But anyway, I'll
Nicole
play
and I were
fairly.
like, get out. Yeah. Basically, it's 50 inspirational connections that you have in LinkedIn. What we're trying to do is make your legacy and your impact multiply, right? We're doing lives. We get 1 or 2 people in our lives once a week. That's like maybe max. For me, at least. Donald, I think his is 14 a week. And that's a lot already. I can't even, hats off to you, sir. I can't do 14 a week. Okay. It's not happening. It's just not happening. The most I can do is like 4. And that's the most. And so hats off to you. So what I was thinking is, why can't I elevate more people? But I want to get people's inspirational story. How did you help your community? How did you get here? What is your story? And I'm just going to tell it now. I have a global summit I'm going to be doing in October. So I'll not only blast you on my website, I'm not only going to blast you on my 70 nations and countries in there. I will invite you definitely, maybe group you at a time on the podcast and live shows. I will also blast you on the global summit. And I'm hoping everyone, all the podcasters, Trevor and all that, I can get them involved to also highlight you and Rocky and Sia on your story. But here's the thing. I'm not just going to decide it. Nicole is not the only one that's going to decide it. We're going to put your video, okay, in LinkedIn, and people are going to vote. That's why Mike is like, you people better vote for me, because we're going to vote. Why is your story inspirational? 2 parts though. One is you do have to get an application. It's only like 5 questions. I just wanted to get to know where your heart is, okay? This is not a popularity contest. This is a project from my heart, Nicole's heart, that if you show up for yourself, you will get somewhere with us. That's for sure. And what we want to do is elevate you. Like you're the king and queen, basically. Elevate you and say, this is your story. And we're going to put your video out there so that people can vote for you. So that's my project.
Love it. Love it. Hey, so where can we find that? Can you copy that and put it in the chat? And we'll make some posts to make sure people. What's the timeline? Like, do you know when you're gonna like?
I have her at the bottom.
Like, Nicole, I can't do it.
Yeah.
So you from now until July 1st. You have from now until July 1st 2 parts: the application and also a video, 3 to 5 minutes. And if you don't know me, do not go over 5 minutes. I ain't picking it up because there's 50 of you. Okay. So 5 minutes max, 3 to 5 minutes, and tell us your story, why it's inspirational. And you can nominate yourself. It doesn't have to be somebody else. Anybody can do it. Just nominate you. And then at the end, we're going to have a vote on who you think in your LinkedIn connections deserve to be elevated in that 50. So everyone's going to have fun voting for sure.
Sweet. I'm excited. It's again, man. Some of the best things that happened to me is when I had that terrible that movie. I had the terrible movie idea. I'm gonna make ask everybody what their favorite movie lines are and stuff. But it was, man. LinkedIn was like, no, you're not. We're gonna slow your stuff. Like, it's not good. And so I was like, okay. But I met Janice Chokran, right? Tulsi Brands. Like, that was it didn't matter. And the funny thing is cream rises to the top. And I'm gonna go to Donald and Raquel on this one. So, like, she really wanted to be on the Hounds, man. Like, like, everybody was like, oh, here's a quote, whatever. No, her and a couple other people were like, hey, I'm gonna not only sign up and click subscribe on your YouTube channel, but I'm gonna take multiple flip book pictures to make sure your ass knows I really did it. And I'm like, wow. And then she put like 16 quotes really all over the place so when somebody would repost it, she would go in the repost and do it. I'm like, oh, okay, Hounds, I'm not gonna load the deck, but I hope somebody's paying attention, right? Like, if she's trying that hard, she's got to win. I mean, come on. Or we're doing a consolation prize or some shit, right? So, uh, Donald, you've been a little quiet over there. It looked like you're about to take a
No,
drink.
I'm enjoying
it. No, good deal. Because you've been talking all day, you're probably enjoying the rest.
Yeah, I do it every day, so I'm happy being a participant.
Yeah. Well, what's your thoughts on this as far as anything? I mean, you're a pros, man. I want people. This isn't supposed to be a comprehensive dissertation. This is a bunch of talk, but there's nuggets in here, and I want people to get those nuggets. All right, wet your whistle. It's like a sample at the grocery store, right? They're just trying to get you to buy more. Well, hot damn, so are we, right? I'm giving you a sample, whatever it is that you may want. That's why I want to throw out a bunch of random stuff. But it is meaningful stuff because we are all people who just kind of found and stumbled into this thing in community and this LinkedIn's changing. So what are your thoughts on anything that we've talked about, or hell, just something random?
Yeah, I think, I'm all into building community. Sometimes I look at it like maybe we're all talent agents for all the people we're associated with. And so you hear some say, I know somebody's just perfect for that for you. Being super connectors, combining circles like our communities, making circles. Anytime circles get together, they all get bigger for being together. Right? And if we're all into freedom, diversity, inclusiveness, then you've got to be an advocate for openness. And it's so much easier when you can get consensus before you have to make decisions for the group. I'd rather be on the floor 1 of 50 than on the stage 1 talking to 49. Because I think the other element that's so essential is sustainability, right? Is it people dependent or is it format or process dependent? But what I love about your group and what we're doing on my show is we've got a passport anywhere because of the message we bring, right? If you're bringing love and consideration and empathy, there's nobody anywhere who could find anything but goodness in it. And what I also see is 2 LinkedIns. I've been posting every day for 3 years, and it's a mob out there. The louder, the meaner, the angrier seems to get the attention. And what you're doing and what we're doing is giving people a safe spot. Because here's the beauty of it. As everybody gets better together, 40 people get together and offer little tidbits to 40 people every day, and that multiplies, then the group gets better because the people in the group gets better, right? Yeah. And it naturally, organically rises. And then the leader, if you want to call that, is mostly a facilitator, moderator, curator. right? The audience is your voice. And, being on the stage is getting the most for them because they're the ones putting the time in. They're the ones supporting everybody. And to your point, once everybody knows everybody's story, and you can only tell your story so many times, it's like, okay, what do you want to do now? Right? Who wants to work together? Who wants to partner up? I think that's the key, is empowering people. And the other thing I see is there's a lot of people who used to be somebody or maybe not, who thought of their day and time as over with, and they became nobodies. And now they see they can be a somebody by getting their voice heard. I believe anybody in the audience should get on the stage, right? It ain't equal unless everybody participates the same way. If you're good for this, you should be good for everything. And I think what's good for you is good for people like you. It's who's going to go first and trust first and share first and worry less about everything you do and do more than you think. So anyways, I was quiet for a while, but I couldn't hold back.
That's okay, man. Hey, I'm not gonna bring you here and tell you to shut up, Donald. Hell, I mean that's just rude, man. I might type it in the chat. But no, so hey, real quick, because Harvey's got a great question to recap on that down to earth advice. That's what we're not gonna be divisive and drama and hardcore. I mean, again, if you want that, there's plenty of that. All we did was say, look, we would like to combine our style, what's important to us, and expand on it. And then when we see folks like Trevor and Harvey and all these people, hey, we don't have to reinvent the wheel. Why don't we just kind of attach like a molecule? See, I'm getting smart because CJ's here. Like a molecule, just attach stuff to it, right? So like it's not me versus Trevor or mine's better than his. Hey, you can jump in and out. It's like a public pool. Like you don't have to stay on the one side of the pool. Hell, you can go wherever you want. And that's the leadership style that I share. So let's rock this question out to whoever wants. I'll let Raquel and CJ fight over this one. But the question is,
I think Sia should answer this one.
you think
What
Sia
do you think?
She's still with us? You okay?
She's meant
She's there.
there. She's there.
Seriously, look, people. Sometimes certain templates doesn't allow for certain things, but I like to have the questions breathe out. If someone's face is gonna get covered, I'd rather it be mine than our guest's, Mike.
Here, go make some of this and drink it. All right. By the way, that's Thane. That's Thane's coffee. I didn't get to. He'll be on.
Okay.
Oh, I want some of that.
Oh,
Okay.
coffee.
Give me your address, mail me.
Answer the question.
All right. Okay. So if I may, okay, the coffee situation. I had my sister bought Starbucks today, and she likes almond milk, and I just want just give me a regular cup of coffee. I don't need any, whatever special accoutrements. And they freaking made it with almond milk. It's gross. I'm sorry, people who love their almond milk. Don't destroy your coffee. Just drink it, black peoples.
I'm
Just
allergic
drink the
to
bean
milk.
water.
I will die. Like seriously, I can't have milk.
I can't either. So just drink it black. Anyway, okay.
Someone answer Harvey Tuck's question for
Okay.
Pete.
Harvey, I'm a huge advocate for yummy, yummy, delicious, good coffee. So,
By the way, Harvey has good coffee too.
I-
Harvey,
He already went home with the.
look, I'm anti-Starbucks, but unfortunately, that's what my sister got me. Okay, ready to answer your question, sir. How do you balance interaction between hosts and people who are involved in the comments? Ultimately, it depends, right? So, let's be honest. Not every guest and not every host have a great chemistry. Sometimes that audience helps bolster and add color commentary, right? And you can lean on that. Other times you can leverage it as, integrating them as part of your conversation between a host and a guest. Sometimes, quite frankly, there are times when it's silent. So maybe I just simply hide a lot of times and say, no, let's focus on the people that are in this group and let that breathe for a little bit. But let everyone in the comments, they can have at it and have their own side conversations. I think it really is you determine as the host, or if I'm a producer for my client and they tell me, I want some interaction, but I want to focus on only CJ and Dawn, right? So if I need to remove Mike, it would give me nothing more than super pleasure than just to remove him for you on everyone else's behalf. Does that make sense, everyone? Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, I heard claps.
Rocky got her revenge.
Oh my God, look at him. Look at him.
Poor Donald. He's like,
No,
what did
no,
I
I'm
get
good.
into?
Poor
Okay.
Donald.
Hey, real quick, because I'm between my tears. Okay. So we all know what the hell we're getting into when we show up for the Hounds of Business. Who looks at my profile and my Hounds of Business prop and goes, "Oh, I'm going to go in there," when you shouldn't, right? Like, and that's what. So, by the way, shameless plug. Tanya, I always mess her name up. Eberhardt, right? And Michael Carr. They have been really helping me and even Raquel really clean our message so we can attract and repel and make things more clean. They are amazing. Eberhardt. See, I said it right. And that's where, you know, I'm excited about it because it is who we are. That's all it is. And so when the audience, I don't ever have a problem with the audience. First of all, I have a Sia who takes care of all the heavy lifting, or I'd be screwed. I can't do like Donald Cohen and these other people like CJ. Jesus, hats off to you. So I'm spoiled. But number two, I don't have people in the, and if I do, remember one time I did have somebody come in there a little too strong, and what happened? The next thing I know, 50 women led by Raquel's in there beating this guy up. So he didn't last long anyway, which is also a power of community. I don't have to fight my own battles, Donald. I got these badass women that do it. So, Dean LeBay, good to see you, man. I'll be quiet. Let somebody else say something smarter.
Really?
Well, I mean, I'll say something really quick
I
that
just killed Cat.
as Donald was talking, and I've gone to his show and we share the same values in the sense of the community, the aspect of community. Even the word itself, it's so meaningful. Come unity. That it in itself, it's saying, let's come together, let's do something in unison. And for me, that's always driven the point of saying, okay, together we definitely are better. Together we can make things happen, whatever that thing is, just as long as we're doing it one step at a time in unison. So I was actually going to make a post about this. The word community is come unity. It's always pushing us to actually just come together for, I know it sounds like for the greater good, for cult. It's like a cult, but it really is not. When you lead with your heart, anything is possible. I always say that. And I know it sounds so cliche, but I do firmly believe it. I wake up every single day to just breathe that and saying, okay, how many people I can help today? What can I do? What can my talents, like putting together our heads and doing something magical that will help the world. And that's at the end of the day, that is what feeds my soul. So when Donna was talking, that just came to my head. So just, if you learn anything and if you want to take anything away, my golden nugget for today is in community. It's important because in itself, it's you come and you form this unity that will lead you to greater heights. So there you go.
Yeah. CJ, did you see my comment, by the way? That's
No.
what I was sitting here the whole time going, who does you remind me of the old school Catwoman with the glasses like that. That's yeah, the mask. The zap
Level
pow
up.
bang. Yeah, TV like
Level up.
Uh,
He suits you so well. I think that should be part of your level up
level
stuff
up,
for
yeah.
sure.
No, I really love that, and thank you, Tanya. I think she said she saw the video. Nicole and I just did it right after the live show, and Zia's like, "Bye, ladies," and we're like, "What should we do, Nicole?" And she's like, "Should we do it today or tomorrow?" I'm like, tomorrow's Mother's Day. Let's just do it today. So we just did it. We just love. I love that we are here. Actually, it's because like you said, community. It is unity, collaboration over competition. There is really no competition, honestly. Even though it looks like we're doing the same thing, but we're not. Because each of our journey is different, each of our hearts and our mission is different. But at the end of the day, we're just trying to help each other level up, right? We really are here to help each other level up. But also, sometimes if you go dig deeper and level up, you gotta pay to play, right? That's just how it works.
right.
Don't kid yourself. We're like, oh, we're not doing business. Yes, of course. I support people. Like, for example, Christian, I bought his work. It wasn't free because I want to support him. I came to play, so I better pay, right? Because that's people's time. Let's be honest with it. But I'm also transparent that when you're in my show, I don't ask you to pay anything. It's because I want you to really show me what you got, right? And be consistent of who you are. Don't play this game and that game. It's so tiring. But just be yourself. And if you don't know all of these people right here, you ought to know, period, right? That's unity, collaboration over competition. And there's so many opportunities for you to do business, to collaborate, to do good things in the world. And think of the word, if there's anything else other than level up, is servant leadership. We are all leaders in our community, but what are we doing? We are serving our community to add value, whether that's mental health, whether that's conversation of just being there when you need it, whether just saying hello, we love you, like truly love you. And if I call you brothers and sisters, that's because it's actually really a token of my love, because I'm an only child and I need brothers and sisters to level me up. And that's my dog knocking on my door. She's having issues, but that's all I gotta say. Nicole, sister, get those links, because I'm not able to type, so hopefully you get those links over there for us.
Hey,
No.
real quick, I mean, I learned a valuable lesson on that. I'm always wanting to be the guy to help others, and then I needed some help a while back, not too long ago. And the first thing I was like, "Oh no, I can't take any help." Blah blah blah. And so the second time around, I screwed up and mentioned it again, and somebody just helped me without asking. I went, and here's the thing. Here's the stupid part. Instead of just saying, "Wow, that was nice," the universe and people decided to help me for a change. Here's what I did. I had a mental breakdown on what should I do with someone's generosity, and I thought of how stupid is that? Like, dude, just take the help. Like, it's not like I don't help people every day of every minute of the day. So if someone wants to help me, honestly, it sounds cheesy, but it would screw up their blessing. They would screw up the reason they did it. And it's just one of those things that, again, I want that. Not all these other groups. Where I went in groups before, and that, man, it's dog eat dog. Um, so yeah,
Because
Paul's got a question.
yes,
That what
but
you
if
gonna
I
say?
can make your if I can add your statement though, that dog eat dog, it's because the intention isn't pure. That's why.
Right.
That's 100% it. If your intention is not to give back or reciprocate, not level up the relationship, that's when it becomes that toxic. That's when it becomes that, oh, it's all about yourself and no one else. That's when it isn't healthy. And you, Mike, I will give kudos to you. You've been very good about instructing, guiding folks along to say, hey, this isn't just about you to post and expect everyone to love on you and you don't reciprocate. You've been very good about that. That's high EQ work, by the way. As much as I love to make fun of you, this is a one time. Everyone note this moment in time, please. That's high EQ relationship skills. So good job on you.
Hey, real quick, because
Wow.
also people think that because I hug babies and sign Applebee's napkins all day and smile, that I won't smack somebody either. And we all notice that ain't the truth.
No.
Hey, no. When I warn you 16 times to quit peeing on the carpet, and you keep doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we have a problem. But I think also nobody wants a sissy that can't stand up for what's right. And I think that's the difference. Not that you stand up and take charge. It's what are you doing it for? Yourself, your ego, right? Your own looking good, or are you doing it because you have? And most of the time, I don't want to do it. Most of the time, I'm like, damn, I wish Sia would do it, or I'll pay CJ to do it. Correct a right or wrong or something. Because there's a lot of times, and Donald and all you guys, I've experienced this a lot of times. Me as a person, me as the guy, me as a man who I am, is fine with something that someone does, but me as a leader cannot accept that. So, like, for example, it was a while back. I had ladies on the show. We were all promoting them. I was so excited. And then someone comments, all right, and says something off putting. And so I deleted it. It come back and wanted to make it work. Other people were chiming in. So I just got rid of the person. And they said, well, why? Why did you do that? I was fine. It's not about this person. It's about if I allow this to happen, no one's going to come in here. People are people. No one's going to come into this divisiveness, and then we're going to lose the audience. It's not about her opinion. It's not about my opinion. It's about these women who are up here trying to get noticed. So who wants to take that one? Because I know everybody's got something on that.
Well,
What do you do?
I'll take a stab at that. Is you're so right, because what you allow creates the precedent, right?
Mhm.
And that's why when you get people who are too salesy, I always say, give me whatever it is, I'll promote it for you. Let it come from me instead of you. But here's what I also see, because of doing so many of these so often, is the awareness of what you're really measuring. And sometimes just seeing people laugh a little is a success. Seeing people talk about their grandmother, and all of a sudden you have 7 grandmother stories coming out of the audience that they would have never thought about unless someone refocused their attention. And what I love too about the simple things is when you see the conversations on the side between the people, and all of a sudden the word love keeps showing up everywhere. Love symbols. People come in and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm 5 minutes late," as if they're coming into, something, religious almost, and it's that expression that makes the difference. Anybody can say a witty thing once in a while, can have a persona, but when you get down to everybody being somebody and having as much value as anybody, then people get open because for the first time they found safety. They found people who are just like them, and they've accepted their story, and once people accept your story, you're in. Now, again, what are you bringing every day? To me, it's like a picnic. Who brought the really nice chocolate cake and who bought the cheese, the crummy potato salad? And it's those little things of how you show up, because everybody here could be a gatekeeper for everything you ever wanted. In my life, it only took 1 or 2 people who happened to show up for whatever period of time, made it all happen. We don't need 900 million people. And the earlier thing about connections, the only connections that matter to me now is who's with me now, who's working with me now, and everybody else is on the sidelines. That's the team, that's the game, and you got to be what you want other people to be. So you're right. I am so careful. If you got a happy home, you protect it, and everybody in that home protects each other, and that's what makes it sticky. So anyways, just a quick chime in.
Well, I mean, I'm almost over here crying, and Randy House is going to start making fun of me because he says that I can cry even if an ant lifts a piece of leaf or anything. So, anyways, Randy, hi,
Make fun
OG.
of me too,
But
Randy.
no,
I'm with you.
no, but
Okay.
what you just said, Donald, really hits home because sometimes the first thing I ask my clients whenever we get on calls, whenever we get on chats, is why are you on LinkedIn? Like, really down, tell me, why are you on this platform? You know, and most of the time, like 99% of the time, they just stare at me like, oh, I don't even know. And that's when you realize, wow, they have so much potential just sitting there. But the first thing they have to really is to do is to dig deep and figure out exactly why they're on here and what they want to do with that. So most of the individuals, they don't know how they can leverage LinkedIn. And luckily, Mike and so many other, there's a huge group that can teach that. But at the end of the day, it's about purpose and having intent and stepping, just stepping and leaving a legacy. So when you said that whenever an individual comes in, kind of like murks the water or moves the water and just does anything that is going to destroy that ecosystem of harmony that we have, then we're going to have a problem with that. So that's really good that it's protecting. And I know my kids are getting crazy now, but it's protecting that because it's hard work to be able to build something like Mike has built with the Hounds. So I just wanted to chime in on that.
No, great points. Anybody got any thing to add to that? CJ, Sia?
Yeah, I think for what Don said, it's true. It's hard work. That's why I think what I love about like together but not together. That's how I always think about the group or the Hounds, is that we are together as Hounds, but we're also doing separate things on our own. And we are stronger together, but we are also doing and hustling for ourselves in this area. But the whole entire premise is just community building. And what I really want anyone who's actually here today is, and you're wondering, how do we get in? What are you guys doing different? Show up. Show up for yourself. That's really how it starts. And I made a huge fuss about reciprocity, and I made a huge post about reciprocity. It's because you give and give and give. And I hear a lot of people, oh, I give without expectations. I think Sia knows for sure I give without expectations, and everybody knows here I give without expectations because that's who I am. But also sometimes I'm also human. I break down. So I'm like, where is the love? Like seriously, I'm getting all the support and where is the love? And I'm like, you know what? I'm done. Right. And I'm like, just I'm going away. And my daughter's like, what is wrong with your mom? I'm like, you're having that expectations. I'm like, I know, I'm breaking down. Okay, just leave me alone. Maybe I need a sippy over there. See ya. But I think for
See ya.
me, there's anything I can give you guys is show up for yourself and just be yourself, but also like know your why, right? You always get asked, like, know your why. Why are you here? Raquel just said that. Why are you in LinkedIn? Just click the button because my teacher, my students probably will tell you that, by the way. Dr. Leyland said to go to LinkedIn. That's probably the answer that you asked me. But I also say you have to do, like, even if you have a job right now and you work somewhere else, self-branding is super important because at the end of the day, even though you love your job and you're a VP or a CEO, tomorrow you could be fired. Then who are you? You're beyond your title. Self-branding is really super important of who you are and what you're all about because you're beyond your work. And that's what I love about in this community is that we're elevating everybody and we don't even talk about like this person works here. It's all I feel like I'm surrounded by like a million CEOs. Like we're all CEOs of our own
Yeah.
company because we made that.
We are experts in our own industries. We're experts leading, and that is the beauty of it, right? We're not competing. We're not like, oh, I want the light, I want this and that. We use our own light to beam it onto everyone else, to highlight their talents, to highlight their gift to the world. And I know it sounds very cliche, but at the end of the day, that is what we're doing in this community, and what we're imparting into the world, what we're imparting into whatever niche, whatever corner of LinkedIn. Because let's be honest, LinkedIn is a huge place, and it's like you take a morsel of a bite of the cake. There's so much cake to go around. So this is not a competition. It's really about collaborating and in connecting with the right folks with the right intent. Because as I always like to say as parting words in my show, you are definitely one connection away from changing your life in a positive way. And you yourself can be that one connection for that other individual, and you just don't know it. So go out there
Dude,
and be great, y'all.
hey, it's like I always say, it's more corny than what you all just said. So it's I put a spotlight on my chest. Who can it shine on? Well, I'm gonna call CJ out since she knows like she's like Magic 8 Ball and she knows everything. It can shine on anybody but me. But this is what I didn't know, Donald. I didn't know that people were like giant reflector plates. When I did that to the right people, hey, here's the caveat. I'm a born people pleaser. All right. When CJ just said, without expectations, I give, I'm going to put a big asterisk on that and say, make sure you're sorting and testing these people because people will take advantage of you, waste your time. I'm not talking about being stupid, right, and wasting time. I'm talking about testing people. And we talk about this all the time. Uh, but assort people. Yeah, I just do something little nice for somebody, right? And do it a couple times. People are busy. I like today. I called out Mark Reed. I was like, "Hey, Mark Reed, if you don't be my friend," and he's like, "Oh, I didn't even see the thing." Like, yeah, I figured. Like Paul did the same thing. I'm like, Paul's just a busy guy. He's yeah, his inbox is full like mine. So I think a couple times you want to go out and just hey, give a little bit more, use your EQ, use your spidey sense. Um, but when someone continuously just shuts things off, doesn't give you respect, they don't care, move on. Move on. And by the way, so much easier to get like someone who looks small on LinkedIn. A like from you means a lot more. Um, so just like everybody, just go out there and hit the ball, playing ping pong to 100 people, man. On LinkedIn, you're going to have at least 50 people hit it back. And I think that's how CJ, I showed up. CJ liked it. So she showed up for me. I like CJ. So I amped it up a notch, right? It just keeps on stacking, right? And that's what this is about. Donald, same way. I said, who's this guy? He keeps tagging me and everything. Well, finally, I reciprocated. And then I was like, oh, I actually like this guy, right? And so I'm glad he did it. But I mean, let's be real, Donald. It took a little while for me to respond because I didn't know who the hell you were and what you were doing. But I'm glad you were a persistent guy because, yeah.
Hey, I
Oh,
think
yeah.
Mr. Mark Reed's calling your ASS out, sunshine.
No, I know, Mark. I said it was me being me. And that's the funny thing. Anytime I jump to a conclusion, I'm wrong. That's why I
Yes.
say, hey, and I'm always being cute and funny. So nobody take offense to me. I like to be curious and silly and goofy. if I didn't like somebody, I damn sure wouldn't say it on live stream. I would pull them behind closed doors or just block them. But Mark is a cool ass dude. If y'all don't know him and his live stream and podcast, his story is amazing. But yeah, Mark's is a busy guy, and he's on 12-hour delay. Like he's what is it like 2 a.m. there, right? So, um, yeah, Mark knows I'm a goofball. He wouldn't be here if he didn't know it. So I just think that
My
what? Go ahead. Say
Mike, not to digress on what you're saying, but I wanted to ask the panel, what is one takeaway that you've gotten from building your network and building your community, on LinkedIn? Like, what is one takeaway that you would say has been a gift that doing that has given you?
I'll start with that. For me, the gift of family. You guys know
good
my
question.
story. If you don't know it anyway, okay? Like I have abandonment issue because I didn't grow up with mom and dad. They literally just dropped me and grandma all the way 10,000 miles away. And I don't have brothers and sisters. My parents are divorced since I was 2. And when I came here, I didn't know how to speak English. Yeah, I know. Make fun of me. That's fine. I know 7 different languages. It's fine.
That makes 2 of us, sweetheart.
I was
Yes,
like,
so that's a
I
superpower.
think I really love the community and the sisterhood and the brotherhood that I'm getting. And I'm not saying that like, oh, it's just fakery. It's like literally I will call Sia while she's actually in a concert. And I'm like, I'm having issues. And she's like, what? I'm like, oh no, she probably didn't get what I was saying. I'm like, never mind. She's like, no, seriously, what happened? I'll talk to you tomorrow. And I do that. I call, people that are not even on here all the way in Singapore or Australia, and I'm like, hey, I need help, I don't get it, can you, and I bounce ideas for you. These people are so far away. I'm glad that technology is here, but I can rely on certain people when I need help on certain things, right? And I love to research, but I love that people connection that I get. That's truly amazing, honestly. And I'm not gonna cry, but I really love you guys for always being there when I need it.
Hey,
Oh,
are your
see,
students sitting there waiting on you? Or is everything good?
Yeah, he's fine.
Okay. We're switching to Donald now.
Yeah.
Well, the takeaway I have is
Get your
that
back, girl.
if you allow things to happen the way they should happen, it's a much easier ride, and you're not managing it or directing it. You're just letting it flow, keeping it, going down the road. But more importantly, I do believe there's greatness in everybody. And people should be able to dream again, right? And be again. And the difference is so many people have been insulated, isolated, marginalized. They've come to accept a fate that was never theirs. It was something that was superimposed on them. And what you're doing and what we're doing, and I think the thing that Raquel hit on so well is this is a huge landscape. You have no idea. When we're talking 1 or 2 people can change your life, 900 million people are here. And if you work backwards, and only 1% of those 900 million knew a show like yours and your group existed, or my group, we'd have 9 million viewers tomorrow, no problem. It could go even higher. And here's another thing I think people don't fully appreciate. You're learning a specialty. You're a pioneer in what you're doing. That alone is going to have huge benefit when the rest of the people wake up. LinkedIn lives and live streams have 24 times the comments of organic video, which is 5 times more than text. So when you've got a huge tailwind and you're getting, I'm getting 300-400 comments during the show. And they're all comments that are relevant from the people around the show. And when the show's over, I get no more comments. So that idea of having 40,000 impressions and then filtering to the 30 or 40 that are meaningful. And I think that's what people need to really focus on going forward is you can work with attitude and mindset and motivation, but you also have to add best practices. Right? How do you do a lot without spending a lot of time? How do you become known before you're needed? Get your name out there, get exposure, get on these shows. I mean, I got so many shows. Anybody here wants to get on one, tell me. I love that, because your audience becomes my audience becomes your audience, and everybody just benefited. And that's the beauty of it. How many people can you gift every day? I tag 200 people every post, and they're getting unsolicited connections from people who feel if they're aligned with these people, they must be pretty good too. So it's the gifts that people keep giving that eventually should say, hey, it's working for them. Let me start doing it. And that's where duplication and scalability show up. So anyways, that's my one thing that ended up being quite a few things.
Which is golden nuggets on steroids. So thank you for
You're
that,
so
Donald.
kind. All of you are so special.
Well, for me, I guess I'll answer it on my end, and then we can move on to Mike and Sia. But for me, it's I don't think it's selfish, but it may come across as that. But being in this networking and collaborative mindset has helped me tap into endless possibilities and wisdom. I've surrounded myself with individuals way intelligent, more intelligent than myself, and I learn each and every day. So every day I wake up with just full of gratitude because I get to tap into that every single day, just at my fingertips, at a dial of a phone call, at a dial of a DM, or whatever you want to call it. But so you can say it's selfish, but at the end of the day, that is the beautiful essence and magic of actually having a solid network and building those connections that actually give you back in like 100 times fold. So yeah, is that selfish?
No, that's a gift. I'm grateful. Yeah, always. That's a gift. Mike, what about you? Sia?
I don't I don't even know what the hell the question was. I'm watching, so I'm over here worried because I crapped my chair, because Mark Reed thought I was
Shut
like
up.
calling him out, and now I try to make it better. That Kenny D's like, Mike ghosted me. No,
Oh no, it
I
was more
can't.
like what is ghost? What does ghost even mean? I don't think it's ghosting in the context. And that's the whole thing too though, right? Like there are times when we all have wonderful relationships, right, with people, and then we get busy and we move on in life. I think it's the
Yeah,
ghosting is like when you just disappear and never to come back. There's no like you might tag them on things and they just simply disappear and
right.
all that. Sometimes it's just life happens. If I can just
It
give
does.
one bit of advice when it comes to this whole LinkedIn and networking, because I get annoyed because I'm a big giver. I'm a people pleaser. I've learned to set my boundaries, but sometimes I skew those lines. But here's the deal. Everyone that's trying to develop and grow their network, or they're trying to figure out how do I navigate my way to grow my business, build my brand credibility, build my own community, etc. It's this: understand that everyone lives on their own head. They live in their own head. They've got their own journeys, own paths, own issues, own apparently TP requirements, like Mike, that's the whole thing of it all, you guys, is sometimes if you don't get the response out of people, it may not be anything to do with you at all. It is just simply by virtue of what they are and what they need to do. So that's my 2 cents. So from what I've gotten out with this networking and the tribe and the community that we've developed that hasn't been said already is really for me selfishly, I'm going to go down that selfish path if you will, is when you give of yourself so much, if you can't you can only give so much from an empty well, right? And so what I've learned is from everyone in the group, we all have our own challenges. I mean, you guys, when I said earlier that we aren't a pod, okay? It irks me to no end. There was some serious life-changing conversations going on in our group and everyone rallied around. It was like if you've ever seen those elephants, there's a baby elephant that falls and all of a sudden the entire group of elephants come up and swarm the baby elephant, right? To protect it. That is exactly how we feel in this group that we've decided to join together on. So to me, that was such an incredible feeling to know that I'm okay. I will go through SHIT our life and challenges will always happen. But to know you're not really alone. Yeah, we feel alone at times, but seriously, just literally make one comment. And I swear to God, the right community at the right time for you, they will reach out to you just like those elephants. So that's my long winded piece.
No, that was good. That was the most gentle that I've ever. Wow, we got to get your bro card check now. That was gentle,
She
smart.
has feelings after
No,
all.
no, no, no,
Yeah,
no,
dude.
no, no, no. Full disclosure,
Yay.
a lot of Kentucky tea. That's all I'm saying. Don't enjoy the
Oh,
moment, kids. Document.
dude, did anybody else feel like they're watching The Grinch That Stole Christmas again? Donald, did y'all just see a little see a Grinch heart just go boom? Did y'all see?
The
Hell
Care
yeah!
Bear tribe.
Oh my gosh, dude, no, it's not. It's
You're gonna
hot.
be dead
Okay.
after this for sure. You're gonna be
Yeah, I need somebody to run my show now. I burned that. I burned that awesome bridge. No, seriously, the only thing I can take away on this, this would not be here. So if these people get the credit or the blame in the earliest days. If it wasn't for, well, actually, Sia, she was the first person that saved me. So if you hate all this, blame her. And she kept it going. But seriously, I got most of y'all know this. I got bullied and got my lunch money stolen, right? From some people all across the other side of the country on a live stream because I'm used to real life. If you did that to me on the street, I'd smack you, and it wouldn't happen. But if you have a tiny narcissist all the way across the country, they can do and say what they want. I was very naive to that. So I come kicking and screaming and running to see about how I'm going to leave and I'm done. And I can't take this. And so what did she do? I would say she took me under her wing, but I crawled under her wing and she closed it kind of anyway out of pity. So yeah, it's Constance. That's the truth.
No deodorant.
So
No deodorant.
yeah,
Just
no,
on record.
but dadgummit, I wanted it bad enough. I just suffered through it. So then what I'd end up doing was she put me on her show, her live stream, made me look good, which is not an easy task. She's a pro. Uh, and then I started going. The next one was Supermom and etc. And then hey, here we are. And that's huge. And so Becky Wolf was another one. All right. That I would have no way of knowing that what I'm doing was acceptable, that was useful, that was beneficial. I'm just the type of guy that just does stuff. I have no idea what it's actually doing, right? Until you guys say, oh, hey, this is profitable. I don't know. I'm just planting the field. So, but she was the first one to come along and it dawned on me. I was like, okay, if this woman is all about it, I'm not out of my mind, right? Like she's a really rational, smart person, and she's going, "This is great," right? And showing me and advocating and referring and endorsing. And so it was just one person at a time. It was one affirmation at a time. One, hey, you should do this. 50 people say you should do that. I ain't doing that. Who am I? You should do it. Dina Leskowitz was a main champion. She said, "Hey," she's like, "You got referrals." I said, "I don't have no damn referrals." She said, "Scroll up 8,000 times in the chat. You got referrals." I'm like, I did. So I did all night long. I'm sitting there scrolling, going, hot damn. The last 6 months has been very adventurous. So my point is, start your own, jump into another one, jump into bunches of them. Just go do things, baby steps, courage. Be willing to look like a donkey, right? Because sometimes it works out in your best interest, right? But have courage. Don't be intimidated. Look at all these people here, all walks of life, all different things, you know, but we all put our pants on, we all look eye level, and we all want better for ourselves and others, period. So if that's with me, hang out with me, then go over there and hang out with Mark Reed in Japan on his chat. Go over and hang out with Trevor. Go hang out with Donald. CJ's, man, I don't know how she's got to have clones. I've seen her at 4 places at one time. Like this is weird. But anyway, so and Raquel, nice job in the makeup. That was very quick and very well. So good.
In record
Oh,
time.
damn.
In
Oh
record
my God.
time.
Oh
So
my.
good. So good, dude. So anyway, hey, final thoughts. I think that was a final, but if anybody's got any last little thing they want to squeak out, shameless plug, man, now's the time to go. What is it? Not all at
Check
once.
out my show on Saturday at
tomorrow.
10 in the morning.
Will for me at 9 a.m. He is a tab owner, business owner, franchise owner, and he's an amazing human. So it's all about business leadership tomorrow at 9 a.m.
Well, every day
9 a.m.
every day 11 a.m. Eastern time. Hour of Empower. You're all welcome. Thank you so much for having me tonight.
Hey, no,
You are such a superhero, Donald, because I don't know how you do that every single day. So my props to you. Like I seriously like bow
Well,
down.
thank
wait a
you.
minute.
You're all an inspiration to keep it going.
Wait a minute. What's up? What time is your show, Donald?
11 a.m. Eastern time.
No, it ain't, dude. You could go to his profile 24 hours, 7 days a week, and just click, and there'll be something on it. He'll be playing banjo, eat a sandwich. Yeah, he's on there all the time. A lot of the people. All right, but the meaningful stuff is 11. All right.
All right, wait, hold up. Don't cut me off. Every Thursday, I've got 2 different shows that alternate with each other. So tomorrow, it's going to be Chats Among Us, and that's all about AI and all the bots out there. So, and we've added a new person on our roster, and it's an IP intellectual property lawyer. So that will be going on at 12 o'clock CST. So that would be 1 p.m. EST.
So what is that?
Hey, we're going to close on this stupid note.
So 12 o'clock is
so
9 a.m. your time PST. No. 10 a.m. PST, 12 p.m. CST, 1 p.m. EST.
Man, she nailed
Yeah,
that.
No,
okay.
she didn't nail that. She's been messing up days and times all week. I just had mercy and hadn't called her out on it. She got a sundial over there. It's so. All right, let's let's go. All right, hey, real quick, Thane Isaacs, right? The coffee on the peak, man. Those people were coming in. I got all of them. I got Thane, I got Scott, and I got Ronald. Man, I love Ronald. I love being on the show. So we went to Dallas, and Mamaw put my mail up on some tall thing. I don't even know how she got there. She's like 2 foot tall. I don't know how the hell she got our mail on top of the daggum. Yeah. So then like yesterday, I'm like, oh, there's all the bills. That's why people were calling me saying, pay me the bill money. All right. So this was in there. Now this is funny to me because I haven't had time. So a big hug to whoever can you even buy these at the store? This had to cost like 10
Is that
bucks on
cassette
eBay.
tape?
Yeah,
Audio
sealed
cassette tape.
original.
Oh,
Yeah, and
You don't find
Wait,
those
I have a
anymore.
cassette player
yeah.
still.
me too. I have a cassette.
coffee on the peak. So here's the funny part. The dude said, Thane said something about cassette. And I was like, well, he must be drinking something. I ain't, like I've been ignoring him for 2 weeks because I was like, oh, what about I didn't know what to say. I'm like, he got me confused. Did he give someone else a tape and not me? Or it was on my daggum bookshelf for a month. So Thane, dude, that's funny. If you haven't seen their show, it's a Friday at 8 a.m. Man, they have a lockdown audience. They're just good people. It's too damn early, but it's good people. So every now and then I try to get up at 8 o'clock and tune in because they're great folks. They got a good hat game, not like Donald, but who does? So anyway,
You're too much.
hey, you guys are, man, I could go on this. This was the most freeing and rewarding time because it really, everything, and you guys know this, when you start off on LinkedIn, you're all passion and no clue. You have nothing going on, nothing to lose. Nobody cares, right? Then as you start to do things and you start to lean into projects and other things, and it really becomes more of your day and all these things that are profitable, and then it becomes a chore. And if you're not careful, it sucks. And that's how I felt. So I said, you know what am I going to do? I'm just going to put some fun people on here that can carry this show if I got struck by, seagulls, and just let it loose because that's what brought us to the game. And I want to share this, final thought here. Go back to the basics. Always go back to the basics in fighting. If you watch some of the best fighters, they're just really good at combo and the basics. Their jabs are solid. They know how to move. It's the same thing in life and business, in LinkedIn, networking. Just go back to the basics. And what the hell are the basics? Well, they're kindergarten skills. Start there. Right? Share your crayons. Be nice. Give everybody an invite to the birthday. Right? Pick the kid who gets picked last. Pick them. All right, first for the team. It's just you're no money on this, right? Like just go out there and be a good person. If they reciprocate, fantastic. If they don't, try a couple more times. Because I mean, look, everybody knows about Raquel and I. Well, she made me mad in the first 10 seconds of the meeting, and now look, man, she's the best hound leader, best friend I could ask for. So don't just go out there, put your ego in your pocket, or better in the crapper. All right, put the ego in the garbage. Yeah, I said crapper, and go put that away and go have fun. Stop asking your what ifs and all that. Just less thinking, more doing, man. The law of attraction, when it gets to the law of action, that's when good things happen. I think positive, but I hate fluff. I don't sit around just wait for it. I go out there and say hi. So you all go out there, say hi to anybody on this panel. Go out there to profile. Go to CJ's profile. Go to Sia's profile. I promise you, if you like and comment 5 to 10 posts in a row, they're going to see that. They're going to recognize that. Well, first of all, that's what I teach everybody's ass. So you should be here. But second of all, it's just we're people. Even if I didn't tell you, you like it. You don't think I notice when somebody likes my stuff over and over? Yeah, they're trying to get my attention, and guess what? They did. Right. So go out there, be the answer to someone else's problems. I love you guys here. You all are rocking it. Sia, thank you for being open and awesome and putting up with me because you do. I throw you boomerangs all the time, and this show continues, and you don't give up. So thank you. And hey, Donald, we need to send each other hats, man. Can you autograph that for me?
Y'all need to do a switch hat type of day or something like
Oh
that.
my God, that'd be good.
Dude, hey, because of inflation, this is no longer $3. It is probably $5.50 now. So, sorry, yeah, it's a hell of an investment. I think it appreciated now. I don't know. We'll see. But hey, you guys are great. We're not gonna let anybody suffer. It's 9:30. Go to bed. Hug your loved ones. But hey, Dean LeBay, I'm not gonna call him out, but he did some courageous stuff. He's putting himself out there. That's why I keep doing this because I'm not saying that we caused it, but dadgummit,
Oh, damn it,
hey,
guy.
dude, Dean,
God,
My
please. I'm
gosh.
trying to be
hey,
semi-sober.
Dean LeBay, he shared a little bit. He's a good guy. Y'all go follow, connect. I think he's going to do some rocking stuff here soon. But that's why we do this because there's a lot of us out there who's been told we're not good enough or we don't know how to start or just whatever. I don't have the right degree or the wrong gender. Blah blah blah. The list goes on, and that shit stops here. We check that at the door. All right. We care about who you are and what you're about. And yeah, go ahead, Raquel, make that shit out eloquent, please. Go ahead.
Well,
Oh
wait,
my
before you
gosh,
guys get
no.
eloquent, can I just simply say, Dean LeBay, because you're talking about him, when he referenced Flock of Seagulls,
Oh,
I heart you, my friend, because I just saw them last month. So, and they were not that good though, but it's okay. But I did see them live, and they're amazing. Just not that night.
oh, the music. Okay. I was like, flock of seagulls. So you live on the beach? What the hell are you talking about?
Well, dude, no, because you're getting made fun of, Sunshine. I don't know if you're not reading the comments. That's why.
Hell no,
You're
I'm
gonna
not
want to
reading
read
the
the
comments because
comments.
I'm getting made fun of. I'm not stupid.
By the way,
If
if you
somebody's
guys
throwing eggs,
listening to Mike, make sure it's visual. Okay, he's a visual learner. I just
Clearly.
learned that.
I am.
Do not explain
That's
anything. Visual.
exactly. That's why
Okay, well,
Michael Gale sent me his custom 18 ply toilet paper. Thank you, bro. We appreciate you. All
That
right.
is
Good looking
hilarious.
out.
well, the only thing I wanted to say was thank you, Nicole and Guy Galindo. You're such a
Yes, she
trooper. You're
is.
putting everybody up there, like in the
Oh,
comments, just putting everybody's links. And again, it goes back to speaking the volumes about what this community does for one another without asking for it. I don't expect you to do anything for me, but your heart leads the way. And other people, when they get that message and they let it marinate and it reciprocated, then they'll get the point and they'll start doing the same for you. And that's what I live for. That's what I wake up every single day. And I'm thankful for having the opportunity to actually see each and every single day. And that's why I'm like, okay, whose life can I impact? Whose life can I help? And what gift can I bring to them to let them know you're seen, you're heard, you're felt, and we love you. You go out there and do the best that you can to impact the world in a positive way. I'll leave it at that before I start crying.
Yeah,
Okay.
happy to.
Love you
yeah, I'm
guys.
not going to follow that because I'll just look stupid. But hey, I will say Mark Reed, he did that on purpose. He wasn't mad. He just wanted to see me mess my chair. Good, well played, Mark Reed. You have a great sense of humor, bro. All right. So without further ado, we love you guys, man. Appreciate all of you. Everything Rocky said, I would say if I had that gift. CJ, go teach your kids, man. They
I'm
sit.
good. I'm
They need.
good. They're on
Don,
final. You're good.
Thank you so much.
Donald, you're the
Yeah,
man.
thank you all so much. It's been a wonderful show, and I can't wait to see where we are 3 and 6 months from now. We're just at the beginning of the beginning, so let's
Yeah.
get excited.
Yeah, I'm not playing around no more, man. We're going to go full throttle, get things done, man. And the people in the comments, folks all over the place, Mr. O, Dean, I mean, the list goes on. How could I not want to do more of this? That's insane. That's insane, dude. I'm so pumped now. Like, perfect. So, yes, see, I'm going to wrap it up. We'll see you yonder. See you next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Y'all be good. Wrap it up. Thank y'all for stopping by. Be sure to follow, share, and like, and send me a message if you had fun today. Y'all come back now.